Hello friends, my name is Shilpa Kakkar. I am from MB Patel English Medium Secondary and Higher Secondary School. Today I am going to deal with History of 11th Standard. We are going to start new chapter Maurya Age. This is the 7th chapter of history. Chandragupta Maurya, he ascended the throne after defeating the Magad ruler Dhananand of Nand dynasty. Chandragupta, he was from a tribal society. He did not belong to royal family, but he was given the training by his guru Chanakya. We know him by Kautilya also. The most important thing is that there are several source materials available to know about Mauryan age. Approximately 44 inscriptions are there in Pali language only. Stone inscriptions of Ashoka is the oldest relic of written document. The currency coins of that time have been found, which added to the sources. You all know that coins are also major source to know the history. The palace made by Chandragupta Maurya and its remains and the ideals too present before us the history of that time. Among the other important sources of studying the history of Mauryan Empire are Arthashastra of Kautilya, Indica of Megasthenes. You all know Arthashastra. It talks about the principles of governance, type of state, the rules, the works of officers, the performance of the duties of the citizens, the responsibilities, the relation with the foreign countries, and so many things are there in this book which guides us for the governance of the state in a better way. Greek ambassador Megasthenes also came to India during that time. In fact, his book also helped us to know about the India of that time. He has described about Mauryan cities and their administration. He has described in detail about the administrative system of Patliputra and made important note on the Varna system of India also. Deepvansh of Sri Lanka and such other Buddhist books are also good sources of the history of Maurya Empire. Mudrakshas, the play written by great playwright Vishakha Dutt, throws the light on the Mauryan Empire's history. So, all these things complement the sources which are available with us to know about the Mauryan age. You all know that Kautilya was guru of Chandragupta. It is believed that Arthashastra, the book on economics, is written by Chanakya. Chanakya has written the book on economics, about the administration, about the political form of the state. But it seems that it is written by, or maybe something has been added in the book afterwards. How to run the state, the principles, the functions of the king, all these things remain a guide to Chandragupta and Bindusar. He had made Saptarang principle of state. In fact, he explained about the tax system and its political forms. From that only we have come to know that this book might have been written by many other people. It's not only the one person who has written this book. Maybe majority part of the book is written by Chanakya. This indicates that some addition must have been done in later time. However, in order to know the ancient political system, Arthashastra of Kautilya is the best historical material. We come to know about the rise of Magad. We came to know about the rise of Mauryan age. After the attacks of Greek and Macedonia and Iran, we have come to know about the reality of that time. The sources are available to know about the history of that time. And we come to know about the secrets of that time. Nanda dynasty was there. Dhananand was the last king whom Chandragupta defeated and became the ruler and established the Maurya dynasty. Chandragupta ruled from 321 BC to 297 BC. He ruled over Magad till 797 BC. During his time, he conquered the states of North India, including Gujarat from northwest of India. In 305 BC, Chandragupta Maurya fought against Greek king Seleucus Nicator. Later on, he married to his daughter and both of them became friends. The rule of Chandragupta was extended up to Central Asia. The ambassador of Seleucus Nicator, Megasthenes, came to the court of Chandragupta. Thus, from the time of Chandragupta, the tradition of having relation with foreign rulers had begun. When he died, his son Bindusar, he ascended the throne. He became the receiver of the great empire in heritage. According to Jain tradition, Chandragupta handed over the empire to Bindusar and went with Jain Muni Bhadrabahu to South India. The Mount Chandra, Shravanbelgoda, at that place he took his last breath. After Chandragupta, his son became the ruler. He inherited the vast empire of Magad. Bindusar was also as effective as his son. Actually, he played a major role in the victories of Chandragupta. He got the training from the very young age from his father. Even though we do not have much information about Bindusar, but we know that he was the great king. He had maintained the inherited empire and he fought against the invaders. Greek and other global rulers of that time came to India, and Bindusar believed in cultural exchange. He was so smart. He divided his kingdom in such a way that he could manage all the areas very properly. So he divided his empire into 5 capitals, and he divided his empire into 5 provinces, and those 5 provinces had 5 capitals. Ashoka was head of Ujjaini, and he was the elder son also. Another son of Bindusar was equally competent. Ashoka had 99 brothers. and it is believed, it is the sources, we do not have much information about it, but he had became king at a very late age after defeating his brothers, and he took hold of the vast empire of Chandragupta and Bindusar. Bindusar believed in long life, Ajivika sect, Sampradaya. The border of Maurya Empire had already expanded till Central Asia to South India. So we can see the effect of the strength of Chandragupta and Bindusar. They had maintained, they had extended the empire. But as we all know, the fall is there. Ashoka was the greatest king. He had to compete with his brothers to become the ruler. But his successors were not as strong as Ashoka. In the next session, we'll discuss about Ashoka. Till the time, read the chapter for better understanding. Go through the video, listen to the explanation again, understand the chapter. This is about the glorious past of India, the cultural heritage which we have received, the emperors which make us proud, whose administrative system are still followed by us. Their guidelines are still important for us. So we should know how to move forward in life for better governance. Thank you, students. Take care of yourself. Stay home. Stay safe.